Aw, animals.
Those aren't what you think they are. A San Antonio family with good intentions learned a painful lesson after they brought two cute kittens into their home. The kittens were actually two young bobcats. According to KENS-TV, the family's relative found the kittens close to their home near Salado Creek in northeastern San Antonio. So the family took the kittens in. Oh, aren't they adorable? And due to their jungle cat appearance, the family just assumed the kittens were Bengal cats. Nothing wrong with that. The awe moment stopped when the kittens started biting people and ripping the milk bottles apart. Yeah, that's a bit too violent for two little kitty cats. The family then Googled the kitten's size, check. Robust nature, check. Bobbed tails, check. Honey, these might not be the cute kittens we thought they were. The family called for help and the bobcat kittens were taken to the care of Wildlife Rescue and Rehabilitation, or else the next thing ripped apart might just be them. San Antonio Animal Care Services told KENS-TV that it's possible the felines came from the Salado Creek area where parts are still underdeveloped and wildlife roam free. According to animal experts, bobcat kittens have black tips on their distinct triangle-shaped ears with white patches just underneath the back and short black-tipped tails. And if you do see bobcat kittens on your own, just leave them alone, as their mother is likely off hunting. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. World's first astrocat is getting a statue. Meowtastic. Before people were sent into space, several countries were already using animals to test and understand how the lack of gravity in space could affect human astronauts. In 1963, a cat in France became the first cat to travel in space and return safely. To celebrate her contribution, a Kickstarter campaign was set up by Matthew Sergigui to crowdfund the budget to build a bronze statue for Félicette, the astrocat. There are different stories about how Félicette, the fluffy pioneer, was recruited by France's space agency. Regardless, she and 13 other cats were later put in the space training program. Due to her calm nature during a series of training, Félicette was picked to be the astrocat to blast off from Earth. Cutting through the atmosphere and into space, Félicette's rocket reached a height of 157 kilometers. Félicette's trip in weightless space lasted 5 minutes. Her capsule then parachuted back down to Earth, where she later rendezvoused with the recovery team. The whole operation was 13 minutes long. After the space journey, Félicette was taken to the space agency's lab for further study, where she unfortunately was put to sleep so scientists could study the electrodes that were planted in her brain. In the name of science, Félicette and many other animals have contributed greatly to spaceflight, although the participation was against their will. Since her flight, European and U.S. space agencies have stopped sending animals into space, as the practice was considered unethical and more advanced technology became available to mankind. The campaign for Félicette received about $57,000 to get the project going. Famed animal sculptor Gil Parker has also agreed to help build the statue for Félicette. Guy's preferred site for where the statue will stand is Félicette's hometown in Paris. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. A cat named Max in St. Paul, Minnesota was well known for often sneaking into a local college library, but he didn't become famous until he was eventually banned from the premises, with the image of a poster declaring his banishment going viral online. Max, the orange cat, owned by a McAllister College professor, was caught on camera a month ago sneaking into the college library. Here's the visual evidence of the furry trespasser. He didn't limit himself to the library either, and has even paid visits to the university's Spanish and Portuguese department. Basically, Max comes and goes as he pleases, probably thinking he owns the place. He's even been documented straight up sitting on people's laptops while they're trying to study. Although people were always happy to see him, Max was becoming a distraction. There were also some concerns over his safety, and he has since been banned from entering the library. Meanwhile, Max's adventures have inspired people to create illustrations, fake library cards, and even a short comic strip in his honor. Max doesn't give up easily, though. One staffer tweeted that he hangs out by the door and tries to run into the library as soon as someone opens it.
Do you know Max the cat?
One thing Max's newfound fame has gotten him, some personal face-to-face time with McAllister president Brian Rosenberg. Russian zookeeper mauled by tiger. Visitors at a Russian zoo saved a woman from a horrific death by tiger mauling, and it's all thanks to their quick thinking. Someone had left the 16-year-old Siberian tiger's cage open, so when the zookeeper wandered into the enclosure to deliver food, the animal pounced. The terrified zookeeper was pinned helplessly on the ground as the big cat clawed and gnawed at her. Onlookers began throwing rocks at the animal, but only made it angrier. It wasn't until some visitors hurled a table and chairs into the enclosure that the tiger got distracted, which allowed the zookeeper to flee to safety. The 44-year-old zookeeper was immediately taken to the hospital and is currently recovering from her wounds. The tiger was later shot with a sedative and taken back to its cage. Zoo staff say the animal has no history of being aggressive towards humans and will not be put down. They're also blaming the attack on the zookeeper, claiming that the gruesome incident happened because she violated safety protocol. Leopard eats toddler. This dead leopard claimed the life of a Ugandan toddler last week. According to the Kampala Post, the incident took place in Uganda's Queen Elizabeth National Park last Friday. Ugandan news site Eagle Online reports the boy was the son of park game ranger Doreen Ayera and senior police superintendent Francis Manana. The boy was sitting outside a Uganda Wildlife Authority staff building at the park's Mawea Safari Lodge prior to the attack. Reportedly, the child was with his nanny at the time. Speaking to Eagle Online, the child's father said he snuck off to a nearby riverbank and that was where the leopard got him. His nanny didn't realize he had snuck off until she heard a cry and saw the animal disappearing into the bush. Authorities searched for the child the next day and recovered the remains. Eagle Online reports he was buried at his ancestral home. As for the leopard, well, it was taken out. According to the Eagle Online, a ranger tracked the beast down and took it out because of the threat it posed to humans. For crying out loud. Last week, Florida couple Olivia Sari and Nicholas Larison got busted by the TSA for allegedly putting little Slim here in their checked luggage. They were traveling home from Erie International in Pennsylvania when baggage detectors picked up something weird. To their surprise, TSA agents reportedly discovered the 6-month-old female cat inside their bags when they took a closer look. Airport police said Slim was placed inside the luggage without food, water, or air. Sari and Larison were cited but have yet to enter pleas over the incident. As for Slim, she's reportedly fine and being looked after by the Humane Society of Northwestern Pennsylvania. Cat survives being impaled on 8-foot-tall fence. Guess cats really do have 9 lives. A London cat is lucky to be alive after he was found impaled on an 8-foot-tall fence by a Good Samaritan last Friday in the middle of the night. The person immediately called the RSPCA, who got in touch with the London Fire Brigade. Firefighters helped remove the upper part of the fence and then transported the cat to the nearest vet for surgery. The 2 fence posts luckily missed the feline's vital organs. One pierced his back leg and the second went through his abdomen. It's crazy the cat is still alive. Even crazier he's up and walking around already.